Hey, John. Wow. I mean, it's almost complete, man. We're talking about by Memorial Day, within the next 5 weeks, our book will finally be published. Now, you're talking about almost 40 years to tell your story, man. So, how do you feel about that?
I'm still trying to process it. Ever since you told me to start writing stuff down, I still haven't gotten to that point yet. It's all in my head. I'm still in shock.
Okay. You know, I put together that LinkedIn Pulse article about the gentleman in 1918, the young man who, had the unfortunate incident and he lost his legs. He wrote that story. You know, when I first put that out there, I mean, I immediately thought of you. And when you read it, how did it? Did it do anything to you? What do you think about it?
I thought it was kind of deep, very deep, and you said put comments down. And I immediately was going to do a comment, but I stopped myself and
Okay.
decided not to.
Okay.
The reason why I didn't because as usual, which happens is I become very angry, and the words that come out of my mouth or what I start writing down is the same thing. It's nothing but anger, and it's not good for the public to see me with all that anger.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you called me when you said, Wes, hey, I can't do it. And I said, process it, man, because your next book, man, ideally, I believe it should be all you. It should be you processing, because all the sailors, soldiers, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardmen that are coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq with invisible wounds and with physical impairments. As you know, 22 veterans commit suicide a day. I don't know how true that is, but if it's just one per day, and if this book can help somebody where to the point where that never happens again, or they think twice, or they call somebody, or they process, then this book has done exactly what I believe it should do, help somebody. What do you think about that?
I happen to live like 20 miles from West Point, so I'm on West Point all the time. That's where I do all my food shopping, get gas for my car, everything's a little bit cheaper there. And I always get emails from veterans and this and that, and from what they're saying is there's a tremendous amount of suicide. The suicide rate is high between the West Point cadets and stuff. People that go through the wars that we had and stuff like that. It's not good.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully, again, our book save somebody's life, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted us to put this together, man. And I'm so happy, man, that we got back together almost 40 years later, but it was necessary. I'm not gonna lie. That last 40 years, although 40 years is 40 years, it went by like snap of a finger. I can't even snap my fingers. It went by fast, and it's still going on. And I'm just trying to get. It's hard to explain or how much. Trying to figure out why I couldn't put this anger to rest. Well, now that you learned about the weak concept, and you're going to be in this next class coming up, then we're going to have a great opportunity in class to kind of process that along with the folks from the American Legion, because your class that's coming up here next month is specifically for the American Legions. As the leading authority on military veterans and anger management, what we want to do is make sure that we give something back to our veterans. And when we do our book tour together, sometimes you got to do it by yourself, but when we do that book tour and book signing, then we can actually answer questions and get some folks to process, and that's what it's all about.